G'day new starters, how you doing? I'm having a really wonderful weekend as out of the blue it has turned out that all four of my children have come home for the weekend and are all here together for no special reason. It's just that it's all coincided that way. And throughout these last couple of days, I've had the privilege of being able to watch them interact, and in doing that, I have become an incredibly proud dad, or I've found extra reasons for being an incredibly proud dad. I watch the way they interact with each other and talk to each other, and it really is amazing to me how honouring and valuing they are to each other. They're having lots of fun, and they're making jokes, and they are enjoying themselves. But in the middle of that, they are communicating to each other constantly how much they value each other. And of course, that is the way that we tried very hard to raise them. And so I find myself feeling deeply honoured and privileged to watch my kids this past weekend. You know, it's very interesting when we think about the Christian life and how we go about living it. And as we've been working through this series on wow moments, as they're found in Colossians, the last chapter of Colossians focuses very specifically on the routines and the details of living. It touches on the issue of slavery, and rather than, as some have suggested, that Paul says that slavery is a good thing, he's simply acknowledging that slavery is a part of the world in which they live. And love would suggest that if you find yourself, in whatever situation you find yourself in, you act in a way that honors the other people in that situation. That's precisely what Paul is saying in this last chapter about slavery. But very, very specifically, I want to focus on one passage here that kind of defines what it is to live a faithful Christian life. I want you to listen to this passage. Devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful, and pray for us too, that God may open a door for our message, so that we may proclaim the mystery of Christ, for which I am in chains. Pray that I may proclaim it clearly, as I should. Be wise in the way you act towards outsiders. Make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversations always be full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. And all of these little statements are statements about faithfulness, about continuing in the process. This idea of praying for us and pray that we'll have the opportunity to share God's love, and look for opportunities to touch people's lives who are outside your fellowship. All of those sort of things. But this last statement, let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. Sometimes people say, well, I don't know how to communicate the gospel. I don't know all the details. Paul says it very simply here. Communicate grace. And that's how you answer people. That's how you talk to people. And there's this incredible wow moment where we realize how simple it is to live the Christian life. It is simply that in every situation we seek to love and to honor others. It does make it very simple. Sometimes our own struggles can get in the road of that, but that's where God's love helps to transform us so that we can live out this life of faithfulness. Well, thanks for meeting with me again this week.